Well, I thought I'd bring you up to speed to where I'm at. Uh, I'm back to being on the fence about painting. Because to do that, that means I got to remove this part and that part to get everything to match. And to remove them, I got to pull the flywheel. We'll think of it. We'll get the valves done first. So, there's that metal ring that was missing on the other engine I just did. Coil pack looks good on this. I did have, in this hole right here, I had 11 millimeter metric bolt. I don't know who put that in there. Other thing I've noticed is I've got an oddball head bolt on this side. Let's take a look on. Yeah, these all look the same, so I may have to source a head bolt. Starter gear looks good. We are going to have to address this. I'm not going to put this back on unless I put a deck on him. But I got all the miscellaneous stuff bagged up. We really didn't look at the plugs. But honestly, they both look even. We'll probably put new plugs in it. Tried to save the gaskets as best I could, but not an issue. I've got a bunch of those. So, I guess it's time to get my valve spring compressor out. And we're going to start on this side here. Like I said, we're not going to mess with the exhaust. We're just going to pull this spring, or this valve, and see what we've got. This one is 004, and we want it to be 0.001 inch longer. We'll see what we can come up with. Well, my $75 drive pulley came in the other day. Yeah, something else to note, the fan shield, what do you call it, the screen is held on with 3 of these torque screws and then 1 of these. So yeah, somebody else has been in here. So what we have is definitely a 2/10 over piston. It looks surprisingly clean. Let's spin it here. I don't see any major scratches. So yeah, we're looking good on this side. So yeah, let me pull this valve out. Well, all these bolts are the same except for this one and this one. I know why this one was used now, because something broke off down in there. So yeah, I think we're not going to get away from that. I'm not sure why that one. I'm pretty sure I got another one that looks like that, but that's the only defect I'm seeing on this side. Well, I tell you what, that intake valve does not look bad at all. And I will be replacing that seal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stick this back in, and you can actually see where I've ground that before. I probably took too much off. Anyhow, yeah, we're going to check that. So without the valve spring, I'm between 006 and 008, so I've got 6, 7, and 8 out on the feeler gauge. Alright, we're at top dead center. I can verify it by just watching the piston now. Right there. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Let's start with 6. 6, slides in there, but it's a little tight. Well, after thinking this over, so this is the original valve. I've spun it, I've held it in as tight as I can with my thumb, and I am still measuring. That's 4. And I can't get 5 in there. So technically, I need to grind this down till I get a 5 in there. I'm not understanding. Apparently, I'm getting the same measurement with or without the spring, which sort of makes sense, because by me holding that in as tight as I can, it'd be like the spring, because anyhow, it's hurting my brain right now. But I'm since I've already ground this valve once, I'm going to grind it one more time. All right, so I barely touched that on my grinder, and yeah, let's see what I came up with. I mean, I barely even made sparks off of it. So I've got a 5 and a 6 out here. So we're going to rotate it in there, hold it in tight with my thumb. Here's 5. 5. Still, let me spin it. If I spin it, no, I can't get a 5 in there yet. I need another touch. I may use my little Dremel on it. Well, I touched it 2 more times with the little Dremel, and so we started out at 004, shooting for 005. Oh boy, here we go again. Oh, it's over there. So I went a little past 005, so I got 6 and 7. So we'll spin it, hold it really tight with my thumb. 006 slides in there. 007 does not. So I've got it at 006. That is within spec for this engine. So we're going to leave that there. I'm going to put the spring back on it and put this one together, and then we'll work on the other one. All right, this is always the scary part. I've got the new seal in there. Keeper goes on top, but now I'm tightening this up, and I'm keeping my fingers on it. I feel it trying to slip, so I keep tightening these sides up here. I can't see the viewfinder, so you tell me if that's squeezing down. It feels like it is. That should be far enough. Yeah, let me bring you over here now. Okay, we're going to try to get this in here without it going sprung. If I get it in, okay, push the valve into it. The new seal's a little, there it goes. And come on, get through there. What I'm getting hung up on. There it goes. Got to squeeze it tighter to get the keeper in there. Alright, I think I can get the keeper in there now. Let me get my magnet. That might help me. Okay, so I got the valve back in there. So to illustrate what I was trying to do is, you see this lip right here, and then you have to fit this and then twist it to where it's locked in. But you got the spring, remember, you got the spring behind it, so you have to actually have enough room for that to be able to rotate just a little bit. That's what I was having a little trouble with. I think I'd rather deal with the split keepers. Alright, I got about as clean as I'm going to get it. Yeah, I'm going to use a used head gasket, and we're going to put this thing back together. I think I need to invest in a better torque wrench, but yeah, this side's buttoned up, and yeah, we got a race coming on, so I'm probably going to stop this video here. But I'll give you my final thought. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe these green tins down. We're just going to leave them green, because once I get done with it, we're going to do another engine swap. This one belongs on that tractor. So yeah, that's the game plan. So tomorrow we'll get into this side. I think this side's going to be a little bit more straightforward.